Ellen has had many famous actors, singers, sports players, and more on her daytime talk show. Most of these interactions turn out to be harmless and provide some nice entertainment for the people at home. While this is the case for the majority of the guests that come on Ellen, there are times when she can't help but lose her cool. Number 10. Kanye West going on a rant. When Kanye West was scheduled to appear on The Ellen Show, everyone knew that something crazy was about to happen. What people didn't expect were his intense outbursts, caused by a series of questions Ellen asked him. When Ellen began asking about his latest plans and situations happening in his life, Kanye proceeded to go on a very long rant about his genius, mentioning people like Walt Disney and Steve Jobs to compare himself to in relation to their intelligence and world contributions. Whilst Kanye West was ranting, Ellen completely lost it trying to find calm ground with the artist, bringing up counter-arguments to virtually each of his points. Ellen was trying to defuse an already out-of-control situation. The segment ended with Ellen laughing in a seemingly dissatisfied tone, and rightfully so. Ellen invited Kanye onto the show to talk about his latest projects. The fact that he hijacked the opportunity to go on a selfish rant about his ideas and how he plans to change the world was just rude. This is definitely one of the most memorable times Ellen lost it with one of her guests. Number 9. Audience member gets caught stealing from the Ellen pre-show. During one of Ellen's shows, she decided to test how trustworthy her audience were by playing a little game with them before the show. She set up a souvenir room with multiple items from the shop, including branded mugs and t-shirts. She told the audience members that they could choose one item to take with them, but no more than one. To make sure the audience followed her instructions, Ellen set up a camera in the room to monitor what each audience member took. Without a doubt, her cameras caught one of the audience members taking 2 items, which she knew she shouldn't have. In the ultimate moment of Ellen losing it, she blasts the audience member by playing the camera footage on live TV. While playing the footage, she called out the audience member and made her come on stage to revel in her shame. This is one of those moments where Ellen completely lost it, and for a good reason. Number 8. Oprah going to the bank to deposit $2 million. During the airing of one of her episodes, Ellen invited her longtime friend Oprah Winfrey on the show to have a talk, while discussing her recent activities and what she plans on doing in the future. Oprah mentioned a time when she took a trip to the bank. Oprah continues to tell Ellen about how she received a large sum of $2 million. Like someone would expect a casual day for Oprah to be, she proceeds to visit a local branch for a banking institution to deposit the funds. Upon hearing how casually Oprah deposited the large sum, Ellen loses it with laughter and shock. She looks directly at Oprah's eyes and asks with a sense of sarcasm if whether or not she thinks that's normal. Oprah responds by laughing, and Ellen loses it with a consistent bout of laughter for at least a minute. This is one of the more fun-loving times that Ellen lost it on air with one of her guests. Number 7. Ellen tries to get Kris Jenner to reveal Khloe and Kylie's pregnancies. During one of the episodes of The Ellen Show, Ellen invited Kris Jenner onto the platform. While on the show, Ellen and Kris discussed various topics ranging from situations that her kids were involved with, amongst other subjects. At one point during the interview, Ellen proceeds to ask Kris Jenner about Khloe and Kylie. The conversation gets weird when Ellen attempts to probe Kris for information regarding the 2 previously mentioned individuals' pregnancy rumors. At first, Kris doesn't know exactly what Ellen is alluding to. However, it becomes clear later in the conversation. Once she realized what Ellen was insinuating, Kris began to laughingly resist, telling Ellen any important information regarding the pregnancies of Khloe and Kylie. After a good amount of time to try and gather the juicy details, Ellen loses it in a fit of laughter, realizing that she's not getting anything out of Kris anytime soon. This is definitely one of the funniest times when Ellen totally lost it on air. Number 6. Kristen Bell tells Ellen about the time she got caught breastfeeding. During one episode of Ellen, Kristen Bell was on the show and mentioned a rather embarrassing moment. Whilst having a conversation with Ellen, Kristen proceeds to tell her about the moment when she got caught breastfeeding on a jumbo screen during the filming of a movie. Kristen was in the room for a table reading of the script. While reading the script, Kristen felt the need to begin breastfeeding her baby. What she didn't know was that the entire time she was being broadcast on a large screen in the room. By the time she finally realized that she was being broadcast, it was too late. Upon telling Ellen about this horrendous incident, Ellen looked her in the eyes with a blank stare of shock. That stare was swiftly followed with a quick chuckle that continued with Ellen laughing hysterically. This is one of the funniest moments when Ellen totally lost it on her television show. Number 5. Reese Witherspoon and Pink play Would You Rather on Ellen. During the premiere of one of her live episodes, Ellen had Reese Witherspoon and Pink on as guests. During their appearance on the show, Ellen had them play a game of Would You Rather, which is essentially a question and answer game. Ellen then asked a particular question related to procreative human relationships, and Reese Witherspoon got noticeably uncomfortable, while Pink decided to answer the rather explicit question quite calmly. Reese continues to persist that she doesn't know what sex is at all, resisting the question. Ellen loses it and tries to force the answer out of her, but still she is not successful. This is one of those memorable moments when Ellen lost it on her show. Number 4. Ellen makes Emma Watson hire a personal nanny for herself. During this segment of The Ellen Show, Ellen invited Emma Watson to appear on the show. However, there was a slight twist. She made Emma hire a nanny for herself to poke fun at how hard it is for her to juggle the multiple tasks she had to deal with on a daily basis. Once Emma hired the nanny, Ellen broadcasted the meeting between Emma on live television, asking her random questions to get giggles out of Emma. Even though she was reluctant to do the entire segment, it made Ellen totally lose it. The segment continues with Ellen asking more questions to see what sort of reaction she can get out of her. Whilst this segment was entertaining and made Ellen totally lose it, Emma didn't seem so happy about the situation. Number 3. Ellen and Chris Pratt can't stop laughing whilst playing Speak Out. Ellen invited Chris Pratt onto her show one airing and decided to play a game of Speak Out with him. The game consists of contestants wearing a dental device that fixes the mouth in an open position. While their mouth is essentially held open unwillingly, the contestants must answer several random questions. During this particular episode, Ellen and Chris couldn't stop laughing at how ridiculous both of them looked and sounded. The segment was followed by enormous amounts of laughter from both Ellen and Chris, which went on for several minutes. This is one of those times that Ellen lost it in hysteria, and we couldn't stop laughing right along with her. Number 2. Ellen repeatedly scares Sarah Paulson on live TV. During one episode of The Ellen Show, she had Sarah Paulson on the set for a quick interview segment. What Sarah didn't know was that Ellen had much more than a simple interview in mind. Throughout the course of this particular episode, Ellen repeatedly pulls pranks on Sarah. These pranks included things like clowns popping out of boxes and liquids randomly being poured from the ceiling. During standing segments, Sarah Paulson's reactions to these various pranks ranged from pure shock to completely losing it. Ellen was also having a blast, laughing uncontrollably at all the pranks she was able to get past Sarah. This segment was full of fun and laughter, and no one expected Ellen to completely lose it during this moment. And number 1. Ellen takes Oprah to the supermarket and things get a little spicy. During one of her episodes, Ellen invited Oprah to go on a shopping spree with her at the supermarket. During the trip, Ellen and Oprah stopped down several aisles and picked up various food products. Ellen was trying to introduce Oprah to a healthy lifestyle by way of fresh fruit and vegetables. Once they got to the aisle housing the melons, things got a little bit risque. Oprah picks up a couple of melons and puts them near her breasts, seemingly mocking the female anatomy in a joking manner. Ellen proceeds to pull out her phone to snap a picture of her for social media as quickly as she can. While doing so, Ellen loses it in a fit of laughter at how Oprah is rubbing the melons. This is one of the most memorable times when Ellen lost it on her show. And that brings us to the end of today's video. If you enjoyed it and you want to see more like this video, then remember to like, subscribe, and click that bell icon so you can get notified whenever we upload future videos. See you guys next time, and goodbye.